on forever. Just give another beautiful round of applause to the Durans. And thank you so much for officiating. Absolutely beautiful, so heartfelt, and so centered on Jesus, so thank you guys. So I'm one of the sisters. There are 2 redheaded sisters that you might have seen and a tiny redheaded son of one of them. I'm the 3rd sister, so we are very blessed to have not killed each other up to this point. But it is awesome to be a brown girl. It's even better to be a Duran. So I have 3 beautiful sisters that I'm proud to say that I like, love, and respect. We all have unique and different relationships that have grown and changed throughout our lives. Today I'm obviously going to share about the lovely Laura Ashley. Yeah! Thank you, Austin. From an early age, Laura and I were very close. There is a 3-year age gap between us, but we had a special friendship from as early as I can remember. I remember going on adventures with her, like breaking into the dilapidated 2nd floor of the barn on our farm. We would make believe that we were stepping into a dangerous lair for evil sorcerers. Half of that was true. With the missing floorboards and God knows what else was up there, any of our mischievous steps could have sent our elementary age bodies crashing through the ceiling. But we survived. There was this concrete pad in this field of our farm. It's funny as a kid the things that are the most entertaining. Of 40 acres, the concrete pad. You know? So we had this concrete pad in our farm and we would make imaginary fires and we'd jump over them, and that's how we would jump into this other world where we'd access, I don't really know, like, we fight demons, I think. So we were the K-pop demon hunters before they became popular. Another huge memory from childhood was centered around the adventures we would go on with our strap horses. Has anyone ever heard of or had a strap horse? Yeah. Jenny's the only one. Had anybody, because this is, I think it demands a description, because it just sounds like it needs a description. So no one knows what a strap horse is, right? Okay, it's literally like a belt with a horse head on it, right?
Well, it's a stick horse minus a stick.
It's a stick. I mean, who wants to run with a broomstick in between their legs? So we had these strap horses. They had a couple buttons that would like neigh or whatever, but those batteries died fast. But we would run like the whole world with these strap horses, and you could jump things faster and higher. But we would go on these little adventures with our strap horses, and those places were just so fun. We also used to build like a whole house into this bush. We had a rhododendron bush, probably the size of maybe the table plus you all around the edge. We hollowed the entire bush out. We like swept it. We had like couches inside and stuff. But all that to say, Laura wasn't just my adventure buddy. She was also a source of confidence. For some reason, she didn't see herself the way I did growing up, which is the irony of life, I suppose. To me, she was the most beautiful, most talented, coolest, and just best person around. As we got older and learned that people were unkind and the world is a scary place sometimes, I found myself looking in the mirror and not liking who I saw. I felt unlovable, ugly, and confused about who I really was. Anytime I was with Laura, though, I was her friend that she chose, and I was someone special. One pivotal moment that I remember that holds a special place in my life. I remember we were upstairs in our log home, which must have been around 2005, and the beginning of my junior high years. I offhandedly said how I was so ugly and I had this big nose, and although it wasn't offhanded at all, I had been ruminating the night before, struggling so much about how I felt about myself. And she said, very clearly, she just stopped what she was in the middle of, and she said, I don't think you're ugly at all. I think you're gorgeous and your nose is perfect. Laura is a person who shares what she means, and she never uses shallow flattery. So that meant she really meant this. It stopped me in my tracks. I took those words to my room and I thought, if Laura thinks I'm pretty, what if she's right? Like, what if she's telling me the truth? It took a long time before I really embodied what she said to me, but that moment marked me forever. Much of what I'm sharing is about Laura because she's who I've known the longest, but who Laura chooses says as much about Laura as it does about this special person, Kyle. Laura is truly remarkable in so many ways, but she flies under the radar of humility. Drawing attention to herself has been something she avoids, sometimes to her detriment. Many of you may already know this, but she's intimidatingly intelligent, highly organized and systematic, capable of making extremely complex logistics digestible, overwhelmingly creative, and diverse in her skills. If you look for her on the night that she isn't floating around the dance floor with Kyle, you might find her in tactical gear, filming on a special ops movie, or gliding around a skating rink like an ice princess. If she's not there, she could be singing like a beautiful bird, riding horses in a music video, or practicing stunt work. If you didn't find her there, though, she and Kyle may have decided to learn a new hobby together for the joy of learning and the love of life. Laura is more herself than she's ever been. She's deeply loyal, honest, brave, and committed. If she decides to do something, there is no one that can be trusted more to bring it across the finish line with excellence. That is why I'm so full of joy at the celebration and peace for her and Kyle to be in their lives together. Laura has spent what feels like more than a decade seeking godly wisdom, personal healing, and pursuing the refining fires that only a personal sanctifying relationship with Christ Jesus brings. Laura is a living testimony of the goodness and faithfulness of God. Ask her about it, and I promise your life will be richer for it. She is a prize of unfathomable value. Her quiet humility hides a well of wisdom and a lifetime of personal testimony. I say all that to say Kyle sees her. He recognizes the gift that she is, but I know he realizes there's so much more to discover. Proverbs 25:2 says, "It is God's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them." When sitting down over many days to write this, it's been hard to summarize 34 years of my life lived with Laura into the words that I share when she goes from being the beautiful and graceful second-born brown girl with a passionate love of horses and a heart like David to Laura Ashley Durand, Kyle's forever girl. Kyle, the number of prayers Laura has prayed for her future partner and the pools of tears that she shed in the waiting were not and could never be lost. The prayers were seeds planted, and the tears were like water nourishing those deep desires. She's yours now forever to watch over, protect, and nourish. Kyle, you are capable, compassionate, intelligent, and a leader. Laura loves you, and she's chosen you. She believes in you, and you're enough right now. Thank you for your commitment to care for her. He who finds a true and faithful wife finds a good thing and obtains favor and approval from the Lord. Kyle and Laura, I know you both hold this covenant with deep reverence and joyous excitement. We are all here to stand with you in this promise, in spirit and body, before God and the angels, and to celebrate the union of two becoming one. To Kyle and Laura.
I was originally going to introduce her and just say how special she has been. Like, she has been my best friend.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. Since she was born. It's ridiculous, all the different photos of us just in various costumes throughout the house. But Kelly, thank you so much. That was so heartfelt, and oh, that was so sweet. Thank you. So I actually have another person who's incredibly special to me, who's also speaking tonight, Nicole Watercutty. She actually became our roommate 8 years ago, but it was within the first 20 seconds of meeting her that we realized, oh, this person's going to be in our life forever. And her family has become like family to us as well. And it's just been so wonderful having you guys here. Nicole Watercutty.
Hello. I feel like I've been looking forward to speaking at Laura's wedding more than anything. I'm so excited that Laura's married, and I'm so excited it's Kyle. I feel like the big umbrella I could share with other details underneath is, like Kelly said, if you don't know Laura's story, or if you're curious about the goodness of God, it is their story. She gave us cool little fans as party favors, and if you look, there's a verse on it, Ephesians, and it's that God gives you more than you could ask, think, or imagine. And Kyle, I don't even know if you know this, but Laura has been praying for you for over a decade, and you really are more than she could ask, think, or imagine. And so you guys' story is the goodness of God. There's so many details leading up to their story, how this venue was here, different people, how your families connect, that it's just like, this is like the beautifulest story and it's been like 6 months. Like, how cool is that? But yes, when I first met Laura, she was kind of serious, and I was just like a little intimidated because she's like the most gorgeous human in the whole world. But I felt so comfortable around Laura because when you're around her, you know you can be yourself, and that's like the best feeling ever, to just feel like you can be yourself, be free. And I think that's one of my favorite things about her, is that she is herself. And because of that, she's making space for everybody else to be like, just be free. If you're weird, if you're quiet, you're comfortable here. And the coolest thing as like a friend, sister person is that she's only become more herself being around Kyle. Like, let's praise Jesus. This is amazing. So yeah, I've known Laura for what, 7 years? So that feels like a long time of friendship we've grown, and I've only known Kyle for a few months now, but I loved getting to see how you are. My family got to experience him, that was epic. But I think our favorite thing was when we were just, oh, Laura has a boyfriend and I think she wants to marry him. That's our first experience. And like, Laura's just like becoming more of a princess just because of his love. Laura's strong and capable, like Kelly said. But she's also a princess girly girl, like, you just want to hold her, like, I want to rock her, she's just adorable. And so to see Kyle bring that side out of her, which is just as much a part of her as her capability, strong warrior lady, it has just been really lovely. But I like how we're like, so, like, how'd you meet? And Kyle, like, puts his hands on his hips and he's like, let me tell you the story. And like, in great detail, and I think me and my parents and Austin were like, did they just find the perfect match? Like, they both love talking with intentionality, and I'm just like, you guys just fit. Austin always says, like, you guys fit like a glove, and I agree. It's God's story. It could not have been better, and they're gonna do perfect in life because of Jesus, communication, and you guys are just yourself. You're not hiding anything. So I couldn't be more proud or confident in you guys. And I feel so blessed that I get to be in your story, be your friends. And is there anything else? I don't know, I'm just so stoked. And like I said, if you want to hear like encouragement about God and love, just go to this couple. Because it'll just make you happy. Anyway, to the Duran!
Is this on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I don't want to speak. I don't want you to. Hearing my own voice is something I can barely handle. Those are beautiful speeches. And I am so very thankful to get to know so many people who have so much love. I was surprised to meet so many people who had so much love for me, let alone Laura, and now us as a couple. And feeling the support, I couldn't introduce anyone more important to me than my mom. I didn't prepare her for a speech, so she doesn't really know what she's going to say, but I know that anything from her heart is simply wonderful. And yeah, I'll hold the tissues for you.
Surprise!
No, he did not prepare me, but that's okay. It was those speeches were lovely, and there were wonderful nuggets in each of them that resonated and made me think of other little anecdotes that I'm reflecting on ever since Laura came into our lives. And one thing that I get more emotional about is God, and how much, as a mom, I've prayed. I've walked side by side with this dear boy, with heartache and longing and questioning, and praying with him, but just praying as a mom for peace, whatever that may be, just peace in his life. And letting him know that when it was right, when it was God's time, that all would be revealed, and it would be more than he could imagine. And then Laura walked in. And so a couple little anecdotes were funny. We had Friendsgiving not too long ago, and Laura and I were sitting outside by the fire, and I said, "So, how are the wedding plans coming?" And I just laughed at myself, and I thought, I don't even know you. How are the wedding plans coming? And so I shared that with her, and we got a chuckle out of that. And what I thought about right after that was, I know my son, I know his heart and his qualities, and how he didn't want to compromise what he wanted for someone to be a partner in his life. And what that meant, you know, walking past or giving up or just not entertaining. And so I knew that I do know Laura through all those qualities that I know he's seeking, and they're expressed in her smile. And what I love more than anything is how she makes him shine. And I'm learning how he makes her shine. But his heart is so deep, it's so full and rich. And I've been blessed as a mom to be able to feel and experience that love every day of my life. And I have thanked God every day for having him as my son. And I'm grateful to see his heart explode, really. And another little anecdote that I really was just sharing with Laura a few minutes ago before the speeches started, and that was years ago before I became a mom, I just prayed for boys. I just wanted boys. And I thought, why do you want boys? My mom said, well, you don't want the competition. And I thought, well, maybe that's true. I don't know. And I have two amazing sons, and I couldn't be more blessed, honestly. And but now, you know, having grown up with 2 male dogs and 3 brothers and husband and 2 sons, it's time for this beautiful femininity to enter, you know, the Duran family. And so you are so welcome and already so loved, and I can't wait to experience adventures as a family, wherever that leads us all. We all love you. And is there anything else I'd love to Welcome to the family, precious. I might add that her family is amazing. We got to know them for the last couple of days, and wow, I've never seen so much love expressed continuously through all the navigation of preparing for this. Nothing but love. I saw no nitpicking. Everybody was just so full, and it really made everything so rich this weekend.
Good.
Is there anyone else who'd like to come up and say something? It's an open mic opportunity right now. If you'd like to walk up, if there's anything you'd like to say, a couple would like y'all to come at this time.
Don't worry, I'll get up.
And back up a little.
Proper light, right?
Yep.
Okay, as you can see, I have very creative daughters. I'm very good at math and science. They keep telling me I'm creative, but I'm resourceful. I am resourceful, but I'm not, I don't necessarily have the creativity. But I can tell you one thing. I am so incredibly blessed because my 4 daughters are amazing. Laura, we've had, like Kelly said, the last number of months, I don't know if anyone else knows this, but Laura and I have been on the phone every single day, many, many hours, going through this time. And I believe it was, in retrospect, I think it was God preparing her and Kyle both, because she went, I don't know if you know the first story, they went to go, you may have heard it, but she went to a dance at one place, which she does not like to go places where she doesn't know anyone. She likes to go where she actually knows someone. And she went out of her way, stressed to the hilt, to go to a dance event, just to make herself available. And like I've told her before, she's like a unicorn. She is so many things, but it makes her somewhat invisible, I think, to some men. She might be intimidating because her strength is there, and I think she was intimidating because she was protecting herself. It was her sensitivity that caused her to be that way. When she was young, she would go up the stairs looking angry, and it wasn't that. She was trying not to cry in front of whoever was giving her guidance. And when I would go up to her room to talk to her, I never had that deep of conversations with anybody I've ever met as I had with her. She's extremely deep, and like Kelly said, she doesn't mince words. I love all my daughters, but she, because of her sensitivity, she had some things through school, and some people were cruel to her, like they were to Kelly. Unfortunately, Kelly didn't inform me of that, so I didn't know. She hid it even more. Yeah. It made me feel like a bad mom that I didn't know that, and I'm sure Jenny went through it and Sarah went through it. But she and I we're both horse passionate lovers, and if anybody knows, you have a hole for God, and some people like us have another one for horses that doesn't go away and can't be filled with anything but horses. So that's our common bond. But the last 6 months or so, we have talked continuously, and I believe it was preparing her to be able to be the princess inside.